tremors arising from the earthquake epicenter in Afghanistan were also felt in northern India. The massive earthquake caused damage to property across the state of Jammu and Kashmir, while there were no reports of quake-inflicted casualties so far. According to reports, cracks appeared in many multi-storied public and private buildings, a flyover and a bridge in Srinagar. There were reports of damage to dozens of government and private buildings in Budgam, in Anantnag, in Baramulla, Pulwama, Kulgam, Kupwara, Bandipora, as well as Gandarbal districts. Basically, parts of North and South Kashmir. That's Prime Minister's tweet. He said, "I've returned from Bihar, spoke to J&K Chief Minister Mufti Mohammad Said and took stock of the situation arising due to unfortunate earthquake." And for more on the impact of earthquake, particularly in the state of Jammu and Kashmir, let's talk to our correspondent Sanjeet Khajuria, who joins us from Jammu. Now, Sanjeet, what's been the extent of damage? We know that it's inflicted majorly some parts of North as well as South Kashmir. But before we talk about the Kashmir part, what about Jammu?
Sakal, as far as Jammu is concerned, one death has been reported in Mahor area of Riyasi district, where a young boy of 16 years who was working at a hill, he was cutting the grass, he fell down during this earthquake and died. His father, he was also injured, and there are reports that about a dozen persons they were injured at different places, particularly in Banihal, in Ramban, Riyasi and Rajouri district. They were taken to district hospitals. And we have also got reports from Kashmir that 2 women died of heart attack because of shock of this earthquake, one in Baramulla district and one in Anantnag district. There are also reports that many buildings have been got cracks, particularly in Rajouri hospital, in Poonch area. Even in Jammu, in certain buildings, there were cracks. There is also a report that in Riyasi district, the old fort of Bhimgarh, the outer that wall of that fort, that too has collapsed. So reports from far off places are coming in. That
right.
There were
quite understandably, Sanjeet,
also.
Because of the geographical proximity to Pakistan and Afghanistan, the portions of Jammu and Kashmir have had the impact, have felt the impact yesterday. But tell us a bit about what about the impact on some of the residential areas, the civilian population that we want to know, and anything that's happening on ground in terms of rehabilitation. How is district administration coping up with the situation?
See, immediately after this earthquake, there were instructions right from Chief Minister to divisional administration, district administration. The teams, they were constituted. Already there are teams to meet this disaster management. They were put on alert, but there was not much damage, particularly in civilian areas, though there was panic during the earthquake. People came out because it lasted for about 1 minute. People came out in streets and in open places. So definitely they were a little afraid also. But the good point is that there are no much damage reported from any place in Jammu region as well as Kashmir region, particularly in civilian areas. But some government buildings and some other high buildings, they have got a little bit cracks, but not much damage.
Sanjeet, if we talk about the assessment of the damage, has it been done, or are they still waiting for that assessment to be taking place? And what kind of aftershocks were really felt, if you could just take us back to yesterday? Also, is there an intensity of the earthquake on the Richter scale of the kind of intensity that was felt in the region?
Definitely, because some advisories have been issued that there may be aftershocks. And that is why the people have been advised to take care, particularly on the Jammu-Srinagar National Highway, because we saw during the last 2-3 days there were rains and there were landslides, and generally we have seen that after the earthquakes there are more chances of landslides. So people have been cautioned. Similarly, the district administration, the district magistrate of Riyasi, she had also issued an advisory, particularly for the pilgrims going to Vaishno Devi Shrine, that during the after this tremor, they should be little cautious while traveling on the Trikuta hills. So these advisories were issued. As far as loss is, the exact loss is concerned, that cannot be said at this moment, because the administration will work on it, that how many buildings have been damaged, and then they will assess the exact loss, and then they will go for repairs and other things of these buildings.
All right, Sanjeet Khajuria, thank you very much for those inputs from Jammu on the impact of earthquake felt in various parts of Jammu and Kashmir. Thank you for joining.